ari fundi wa gwaka nyumba nake ta miaka 3 uguo igithi guthira fundi agithondeka nyumba akigwa kuma nyumba iguru agithoka spinal cord tugikara nake ongimutungataga nake agicoka akihera riu ahuruka ngioya riu ciana icio ngicinyita riu ni ciakwa tondu gutiri kundu kungi ngiaciroririe riu maura matiri aciari na matiri mami na matiri baba ni mamu wao na ni baba wao.
KICE is the Kikuyu Constituency Education Foundation, a foundation that we started last year in this constituency to try and alleviate the problems afflicting our people in education. I realized long before I was elected as Member of Parliament in this constituency that many of our children were not able to access high school and post-high school education, largely because of the high levels of poverty afflicting our people, especially in many wards in this constituency. And I had been engaged in a lot of philanthropic work before I became a Member of Parliament, in my own small way trying to help the little children that I could. I had a sizable group of students that I was sponsoring through high school, largely only high school, and maybe one through college. And when I became the Member of Parliament, I had in the first place promised the people of Kikuyu that I would try and do that kind of work in a larger magnitude than I was able to do as an individual. I would harness together resources from people within Kikuyu and even from outside Kikuyu to be able to set up a foundation that would continue with this kind of work.
Niguo thomithagia ciana icio ndiuiraga ona we munini to ni hota kumahe gya kuria na ukahota kumathomithia o niguo ri wira wakwa hatire wira ongindutaga muthio na mbere na gwikaga andu aria matarehota uguo tondu ti andu othe makoragwo na hinya wa guthomithia ciana no Ngai ni ekumwika maundu mega na muhote gutunyitagirira uguo muratunyitirira no njuge ni thengio na Ngai amurathime.
My name is Evi Wanchuku Gadhoni. I come from Kamango. My mom is called Paris Gadhoni Kamau. She does not go to work. I was learning in Kamango Primary School, and I was able to join a secondary school through KICE Foundation. I thank God because of this, because my mother could not able to raise the school fees. Now I'm here to tell God that to help KICE to continue being with us, and my aim of this term is an A, and I promise in Jesus' name.
From rural Gikambura, Kikuyu is Elizabeth Wambui, daughter of an employed couple who were peasant farmers. Wambui scored 380 marks in 2013 exams, and she was admitted to Thiru Girls High School. Unfortunately, her poor parents could not afford the high fees and instead took her to a local day school. KICE learned of Wambui's case and intervened to have her transferred to Muzagitau Secondary School, a boarding school which is of higher standard than the local day school where she was previously. She is reported to have improved greatly owing to her both hard work and competition in her new school.
Na mahinda maria kire kigerio kia 80 ni ahitukire na akigena max 380 ni da anagitwa cukuru kuria gugwitwo Uthiru Girls. Ni ndagire mbia cia kumutwara kuu na ngiona wega thindi muririe cukuru guku cukuru ya kiria day ya kuinuka. Okay, mahinda maria ni aturaga na hindi ndamutwara gicuru ndakenaga na ndamwirie gutire mugandu mwana tangihitukira githomo gikoragwo thiini wa ngoro yake kana wa mutwe wake koguo no athi gicuru na hituke no ndwari wendi wake ndakenaga ona githie ndakenaga.
And for me, I felt very bad staying with children who had got 100 marks, and for I had got 380 marks.
No mahinda maria aiguire tora ngihurwo thimu twari nake na ngimwira ni akenire piu na agietera ni tondu hindi yo twerirwo tigwa thire. Ugo mahinda mara ndahuragirwo thimu ni ndamwiraga ndahurirwo thimu ni ngamwira niguo anjirire Ngai ni mwega ni tondu wendi wa ngoro yakwa ni wahinga. Ningiuga Ngai arathima kiama kiu gia twikire kia kungana nigetha giteithie ciana iria itari na uhoti ingĩmwĩra tu mũthiĩ mũmere Ngai amũrathime na mwaramirie mĩhaka nĩ tondũ ti Ngai oka maũndũ mothe nĩ mekaga wega nĩ tondũ tiga nĩ inyuĩ mwana ũcio ndangĩkinyĩte hau akinyĩte korwo nĩ niĩ ndohekagwo nĩ ndingĩahotire.
I'm the one who got 380 marks in my KCPE. I was taken to Kikuyu Memorial Secondary School where I studied for a whole term. I'm very grateful to you. I will urge you to continue with me, pushing me further from here I am till Form 4. And when I finish Form 4, I want to get my grade an A plain where I will go to a university. I would like to appreciate the KICE Foundation where they have brought me. They have paid my school fees and I want them to be with me further so that I can continue with my education. Thank you.
About KICE is that I would really like to congratulate the founders of this foundation because it has really done a lot to the girl child. In our school, they are sponsoring 3 girls. They are sponsoring Elizabeth, Rahab, and Purity, and one other girl. And I would say that these girls have really improved academically. And they are able to work very hard because, in fact, they were able to put them into boarding. Others are day scholars and these ones are boarders because of KICE. And they are working very hard. And if they are to testify, they can tell you even last term, they performed very well, actually very well. The one who had the least grade was a B+, and we were very happy. And some of them, they came from a very challenging backgrounds. And if I can quote one of them like Purity, Purity is one who came from a very humble background. In fact, even when she came, her box didn't have anything. We are the people who helped her to do all the shopping. And then the KICE people paid. They are really doing great work for the girl child. And we really congratulate the people who founded the foundation, the Kikuyu Constituency Education Foundation.
I was born in Gikambura. And I was born half-handed as you see me, and I'm proud of it. The way you see me, I does all my work, including washing my clothes and all the border is supposed to. And I am promising to work hard. Although many problems are in, I'm promising to work for an A, which I will be proud and continue with my education and reach my goal. Although there are many people who discourages me, I'm very bold to continue and leave all the challenges back and continue with life, for I know that education is the key to my future. I came to school on March 15th. I was a bit late. When KICE Foundation, I heard it from my primary school teacher who also knew I was at home. I got the forms, I filled them and returned them back. When the results came, I was one of the KICE members and they have helped me a lot, for my parents cannot do without it. If it were not KICE, I would not be here. Okay, my principal is very good. I love her. She's my friend. She usually helps me with the shopping and every need in school. She acts like my mom, and I love her. She is ready to defend me in the times of trouble and in the time of conquer. My parents have been casual laborers. Many problems have been coming out, but we have continued with life, being helped by the well-wishers.
Mwaniki riu atumwo ni mwarimu oke ete mami wao ri kana ithe wao ri wi mucii ri riu mwaniki akirira muno tondu mwana we mucii ari angi ni mathire cukuru na arona mwana wa tate guthie cukuru riu niguo agitiragio ni arimu akiro mwaniki tiga kurira wanjiku ni guthie cukuru ona wakinya 8 ri no ugathie cukuru ukire aririte muno ni ngona ni marekira kio tariwe no mwa arangorire hawai gwakwa aranjuria atiriri cucu no tigitie maguta matawa ndiramuria make ndirenda rucio ngithie cukuru ri ngokira tene nyambe thome ngicoka guthie na imaga gukuthi nacara noigua mwana ucio ni arehe thinjo okire tene noke orie cucu wao kana na tumaguta ndimwikirire nigetha akona rucini ndiramwira rora ningugurite twa 10 ongo ni hari oe arai kwa ndina tunini ndiramune ithe ndathomire agithie.
in many wards in this constituency, probably with the exception of maybe just 2 wards. The other 3 wards, the poverty index is very high. I'll particularly mention Nachu ward in Deya, the large Deya geographical area, which is a semi-arid stroke arid area, hardship area where families live in abject poverty, where the means of livelihood for the average family is very low, and people largely are not able to take their kids through high school. And you find in many of these homes, people are only able to go and have only been able to go up to class 8, where primary education largely is free or affordable. Beyond primary school, they were not able to transit to secondary school. And the few who are able to transit to secondary school are also not able to transit to the next level of education. And
Mzee Kigondu hails from a village in Kikuyu. For him, life has never been the same since the death of his only son. He left him with a huge task of educating his sons and daughter. He is aged, poor, and incapacitated to do any work for income. KICE learned of his case and recently visited him. The old man could not hold back tears of joy after learning that at least one of his granddaughters, Leah Njeri, a bright student at St. George's Girls, will be able to complete her studies courtesy of KICE.
Don't cry for me, don't shed a tear. I've been set free, no need to fear.
Kana kale ndaga ten dole biye sira se kule borore tona sunda tigate ni ganda tigiro kana kauli ege kate ndiye haria tungihota oye gako nike mukuona ne kongi gako tikamala mali mukaro na shukuru mukaheyo teithio egaka
muciĩ ũyũ watigirwo nĩ nyina na ithe wa Mwaũra niwe Kinyanjui na Emily na magĩtiga mwana kairĩtu gwĩtwo Purity wa Irimũ ke form 3 aikaraga ika gũkũ nyũmba ĩno tondũ ndiũĩ nĩkĩ kĩamũnyitire akiuga gũikara gũkũ ika
kind of privacy and to understand as in to accept that now I don't have both parents. I was used to having my mom there now. I want to feel like to make myself understand kabisa as in, so that I can understand well that I'm alone now.
Life ain't easy without you, mama, 'cause you've been there for me anytime, anywhere.
Twaremereirwo no nĩ tũkoretwo tũgĩteithio nĩ mbeca ici ciraheanwo cia KICE. Niĩ nĩ nyonaga hena thĩna mũnene tondũ ta rĩu nguo ndĩrona thirĩirwo nĩ nguo na niĩ ndirĩ na ũhoti wa kũmũgũrĩra. Okorwo nĩ ta irio arĩa maramũhe brothers ciake matirĩ na ũhoti onao no hustle. Tondũ ona rĩrĩa nyina arĩ mũrwaru maratũire nake nĩ ũramũcenjagia nginya rĩngĩ nguo korwo hatirĩ mũndũ hakuhĩ kũmũhe irio tondũ araheagwo ta mwana maũndũ ta macio rĩu nĩwona agereire maũndũ maritũ.
Nĩiguaga ona Purity hĩndĩ yokĩte mid-term nĩikoragwo ona akĩrĩra mũno igua Purity nĩaracoka cukuru akamwĩra niĩ ngũkwĩra Purity ũthome na ũtuĩke mũrata wa ibuku niĩ kĩu nĩkĩo kiugo ngũgũtigĩra na ngũkwĩra. Purity agacoka cukuru na athiaga nginya akĩrĩraga nĩ ũndũ ũcio muo tondũ aratũraga mwĩraga o athome ona baba ona ũguo atigire amwĩra nĩ amwĩraga mũno ũhoro wa cukuru. Piuri no tugire ni ara improve wega to nĩ twaririe na brother yake akĩnjĩra kũ hĩndĩ ararĩ na C+ na tũkĩigua twakena mũno to tũreciragia nĩ drop piũ kwanja nĩ ũrĩa mwana ũcio anyitirwo nĩ kĩeha tondũ na he kamarũ andĩkĩte na gũkũ kwao ũrĩrĩ-inĩ thĩinĩ twacokire kuona andĩkĩte akera Ngai amũteithie tondũ nyina ararĩ mũciari wake wa mũico.
I got a D+, which I've never had before, but I know I'll improve from that because it was so traumatic after that, then coming to school, then doing exam, making my brain understand that I don't have parents. It was hard.
Na nĩ tũraigua tũkenete mũno nĩ ũguo mũratũteithĩrĩria gũtũnyitĩrĩra Wairimũ to nĩ twanyitĩtwo nĩ ihinda iritũ mũno na tũkarigwo nũ ũngĩhota kũmũteithia tondũ arĩ a nyina na arĩ a nyina hatirĩ mũndũ wĩna ũteithio na nĩ ciana nini na nĩ mũtũnyitĩrĩria na tũkaigua tũkenete mũno. Nĩ gũtũnyitĩrĩra ũguo na gĩthomo ona hau atigarĩte twaigua atĩ nĩ mũkũmũtwarithia na mbere tũkaigua tũcoketie ngatho mũno.
Now my mom died. I didn't know if I would continue with school because she was the one who was praying for me. I want you to continue sponsoring me till I'm through with my university, and I promise I'll work hard and improve.
I promise you, Mom, I'll take care.
Rahab has been taking care of her brother Charles since the death of their single parent several years ago. Despite the dire financial challenges, she was able to educate her brother through primary school. He excelled in exams and he was admitted to Muranga High School. Rahab does poultry farming, though he does not earn much. It only facilitates her day-to-day meals. She has been saving for her brother's admission in high school from her poultry proceeds as well as merry-go-round loans. She chose to fully take charge of his brother's education in lieu of getting her own children, as her potential would not match the responsibilities. Her income is inconsistent and inadequate, prompting her to cry all day and night, imagining the pain that his brother would go through if he fails to educate him. Rahab approached KICE Foundation, which gave Charles a full scholarship.
Kuhituka oirwo ni KICE na ni ngoragwo ngimutikira kia na ngithi ko apply bursary yo ni mathina maria ndonete ni tondu mwana uyu ndari na aciari tutiri aciari mwana ucio ni atigirwo ewa 2 years na kuma hau ni ndirageretie ni hari ngihota no riria ekire class 8 ni ahitukire wega na agitwo Muranga High School na ni national school na ni ndire wira ate ingiuga ate ingihota kuraise mbeca cia cukuru national na sister yakwa riu nikio twa apply twageririe gucaria uteithio kuria tungiona nigetha mwana witu athome tondu nitui niendete guthoma na nigaga ona angika perform wega kigeria ga form 4 angenda gutwika engineer no ona kwa munya korea ni ndatwikire surprise riria nderirwo rufiania qualify te gwa KICE tondu ni ndonire Ngai ni mani atwiciritie na uria ingihoya ni ati muradi kiria KICE ndikae gukua ithie na mbere nigetha ihote guteithiriria ciana nyingi ni tondu ona thiini wa Kikuyu ni makwina ciana si capable si no hoti wa guthoma no gugakorwo kwina kunderu wa school fees.
Na baba wa Kabura nĩ kũragwo oragirwo nĩ mĩkora na atigire Kabura ena mwaka na mĩeri 8 agĩkua. Naomi nĩ aingĩrire form 1 mwaka ũyũ ũranjĩrĩirie na kenjuge first term nĩ ndagiĩkire mũno nĩ tondũ nginya nĩ agĩte nginya mbeca cia school fees no rĩrĩa ndoirwo nĩ kĩama gĩkĩ gĩa KICE nĩ kĩandeithirie mũno nĩ tondũ kuma hĩndĩ ĩyo rĩu ndarĩ araingatwo rĩngĩ na mbeca icio nĩ cindindĩkĩte mũno.
Karibu Mwa Gatonyi Secondary School. I am Mrs. Doro, the principal of the institution, and Naomi Karanja is one of my Form 1 students. She joined the school last year a very desperate girl, because I remember the mother was not able to raise the school fees that was required. But because she is an old parent of our institution, we agreed that she was to pay installments. And I remember when she arrived, after half term, she was not able to come back until I called for her, and we agreed on how she was to clear the amount that was required. Later on, I received some checks indicating that she has been given some bursaries, and I sincerely thank God for that, because Naomi is one character whom I know very well. If it were not for that assistance, probably should have dropped in Form 1.
Brian hails from rural Nachu, a semi-arid area of Kikuyu. He is an orphan under the care of his financially challenged grandmother. He emerged the best student in Nachu Primary School in 2013 and got admitted to Muguga boarding school, but could not report due to lack of school fees. His mother opted to take him to Nachu High School. Despite the boy's persistent appeal, his dire state of need is undisputedly evident as he lacks school uniform and wears home clothes while at school. KICE Foundation is paying for his school fees, though the boy emotionally appeals to be transferred to a better school where he can compete equally with bright students.
Come from Nachu area. I stay with my grandmother. I did my KCPE. Fortunately, I was called in Muguga boardings, boys. And my grandmother did not have that effort to take me there. So she had no money. She took me in Nachu Secondary. She would try a little to pay for me school fees. I don't have the light I do not always have books at home. There is just that lamp is not, I don't know how to use it. I was the first one with strong A. First, I would appreciate them for helping me to just have the education I have now. They are the one which have made me to reach here, because my grandmother is not affordable to pay for me.
In terms of education,
how is he performing?
He's performing well, even though sometimes he has some social problems, maybe due to the family background. We encourage him, we normally advise him. Sometimes I personally call him and we talk to him, and he's able to cope. Like for example, he don't have the uniform, so I just tolerate him because I know about the background.
Ndamutwaria nacio cukuru ni kwaga uhoti ungi ingehotire kumutwara na hau mbere. Ngimutwara na ciringi 500 na ngioerwo. Na riu kuria kungi ni ndathiite ona karai na ngathie gicuru na ngarega kuoerwo tondu ta gicuru ndetagio 3,000 guthi na iguru. Karai ndetagio 5,000 guthi na iguru. Na ndiari riu ningiuka ngikira na mwana. Mwana ucio uhoro wa nacio cukuru ni athomaga no ndaiguaga iganirite wega. Ni tondu cukuru iyo ithi muno makiria. Ni tondu mwana ucio tari max iria arari nacio na iria irari na mwana wake ari na max 552 na we ari na max 900 na ni anjiraga cucu ingiona handu hangi ingithi gutengerania na mwana ungi mugi no ngene. Riu hwaini ndathomaga tondu na ndona ha guthomera.
Niki
Ni kwaga ndikiri na tawa tuthomaga na kanyitira na ringi noko ndiraruga na koriko-ini. Ihoya riakwa kwi KICE mbere ni kumacokeria ngatho ni tondu ni mandiheire cukuru mbeca icio mandihire na ngicokia ngatho na ngiuga Ngai amarathime muno makiria. Na ihoya riakwa kuma kurio ni ingihoya mwana ucio wakwa ni tondu ndari na ha guthomera hega, angihota kuona ha guthomera wega no njokie ngatho ni tondu mwana ucio na uniform ndihotaga kumugurira na ndari nginya mafuku ma guthoma na ndari ona ha guthomera hega.
Candice's case is heart-rending. She is currently a student at Udhiru Girls High School. KICE visited her in school, but the interview with her ended prematurely since she broke down into tears on recalling her life back at home in Gaitumbi village in Kikuyu. Upon visiting her home later, it was not possible to interview her bedridden mother.
My sister is in Laikipia campus and my brother is in Egerton. My mom is called Esther Wangoi. She's separated with my father and I'm sponsored by KICE.
Lois Wanjiri is an octogenarian widow aged 90 years from the Manda village in Kikuyu. She has no dependent or reliable source of livelihood. Her only son died 2 years ago and left her with 2 young girls to educate, with a meager small farm at an advanced age. Educating her 2 granddaughters was an uphill task. KICE Foundation noted her case and intervened to pay school fees for one of her girls.
Ania meri 5 baba wao agikua ngigitiguo nao timathomithĩtio ũguo na gũkomba mbeca cia rũni gũkũ kwĩ ngurubu na magathoma ũyũ ũngĩ wĩ mwega kwa Njoroge onake ndĩmũrĩhagĩra ũguo na mathĩna
Wanjĩra
Wanjĩra mũkĩmũrĩhĩire ĩni Wajani mumurihi wanja ndarithire nukaga kanjira ati ni akora mbeca murihire akiningiro katathi.
Some are children who actually could not access high school because the parents were completely not able. Those we give full scholarships. The others that we will give partial scholarships. And how we gauge who to give is depending on your needs. For instance, those who are paying something like 60,000 shillings a year in a boarding school, and your parent is able to pay between 10 and 15,000 shillings, we can give you between 40 and 45,000 shillings on a need basis. So that we also leave the parent with some level of responsibility. We are only coming in to help them, to see them through school. That these kids will go through school for a full year, for the entire 4 years, from Form 1 to Form 4, those who are joining us. At Form 1, those who are in Form 4, because there are quite a number that we took in Form 4, to see them through school successfully without their education being interrupted because of their level of economic and financial position in life. These are the living standards in certain parts of this constituency. This is Nachu Primary School in Nachu Ward of Kikuyu Constituency. A semi-arid area where the levels of poverty and the poverty index, even in government statistics, is extremely high. It is this kind of children from this sort of backgrounds that we are assisting with the KICE Foundation funds that you raise. My appeal to you as a friend, as a colleague in business, in politics, and in the professional circles is to support us to help these children make their lives better tomorrow.
The above are just but a few cases of hundreds of needy children and parents who are looking for KICE and other well-wishers so that their children can go to school. These children are our brothers, sisters, relatives and friends, and above all, they are Kenyans just like you and me. They need a bright future too. They are capable and determined to excel in education and life. KICE Foundation is determined to help these children and others year in, year out, till they complete their studies. We kindly request you to help KICE Foundation achieve this objective. You can donate directly to KICE Kitty, either once or making weekly, monthly or yearly contributions. You can sponsor a child of your own choice, either in fees, books, clothes, among other necessities. Inform others about our work, fundraise for our work. Above all, pray for these children, their families, and KICE Foundation.
For us to go to secondary school, we need your support.
You can change my life.